Hey everyone, it's Jessica Michaels here. I am back with another video for you for Shimmerz Paints design team. And I'm starting out with some gesso. This is some clear gesso by Finnabair. And I am just using my little spatula here to smear it all over my page just to prep the paper. I am using a little bit thicker cardstock here. This is a 110-pound cardstock, and I just smoothed it over the whole page and then set it aside to dry. I've got some products here from Pretty Little Studio that I'm using today, and I am using several pattern papers. I think most of these are from the Love is Kind collection, but I also might have pulled some from some other random collections as well. So I'm just creating some strips of paper here because I wanted to pull in some of these cute patterns, but I didn't want to overwhelm my page, and I wanted to do some mixed media. So I find with mixed media, a lot of times less is more as far as pattern papers and embellishing and things like that. So you can really go to town on your mixed media and not have to use a ton of embellishments. So I'm just lining these pieces up here. This one I just tore a section of this paper off because I wanted kind of this mixed media paper to shine on the right side of this layout, and I wanted to pull in this peachy color because my daughter here has kind of a peach tone to her skin, and it's just such a gorgeous photo of her watching over the cows and just giggling away as they were eating and kind of playing around and doing some funny things. So I really wanted to highlight some of that peach color and then come in with some blues as well. So I've got my paper strips here that I'm just going to go ahead and adhere down. I'm going to throw this on my sewing machine and do some machine stitching down all of those layers so I can add some fun effects there. And I'm going to add some lovely mixed media with some Shimmerz paints. So I'm just grabbing my water here. My daughter is here, as you can see on the screen. There's her little hands at the bottom. I am just prepping my paper here first with some water, and then I just use my sprays and just gently spray them on there, kind of covering up the sections that I didn't want to get any spray on. And as you can see, it's just coming to life already, and I just absolutely love how this is looking already. And I don't really have to do much with this. I kind of tilt my paper just to blend those colors together a little bit. I love these two colors together. These are quickly becoming my two favorites. It's Vibez in Jeni B Blue is the brighter blue there, and then Don't Rain on My Parade in Vibez as well is the darker one. I love that shade. It's a nice, really dark color. It's really nice to darken up any other color that you need to make darker. I love it. I think it's quickly becoming my absolute favorite. The pinkish peach one there that I used is called Orange Sherbet, and that is a Shimmerz product in that little pot. And then I just added a little pop of that peachy color at the top and let that dry. And then I've added some white splatters using just some watered down white acrylic paint. So nothing crazy there. And then I've got some little border pieces I'm going to throw on here. I do have to cut them apart because this is actually the packaging from this little pack of, I think they were border stickers in this one. So I am just cutting these out, and I'm going to go ahead and use these in my little paper strips as well. I'm going to place one up here, one down towards the bottom, and then I'm going to grab one of the stickers a little bit later too and throw that in there. But I want to get this onto my sewing machine and do my machine stitching. Now that this mixed media is dry, I'm going to go ahead and see where I want this tag to go and get that done. I just got my date stamp there, and then just going to put that at the top of my photo. And just trying to get a feel for any layers that I want to put around my photo. I'm going to go ahead and cut this other scallop out. This one's going to go at the bottom of those little paper strips before I do my machine stitching. That way I know it's good to go, and I don't have to try to tuck it back in after I do my machine stitching. And I'm just using some Nuvo glue on that. So that's going to dry up clear. I love that deluxe adhesive. It does dry clear whenever it's dry, so I don't have to worry whenever I make a big mess with it. There is my machine stitching on my page. You can see I did some stitching just in some white thread, and then I am just adding some tissue paper behind my photo. That's one of my favorite things, just to layer behind a photo, just to add some texture without overwhelming with another pattern paper or any color. So I love to use that just plain white tissue paper to layer up behind a photo. Just gives that little extra texture in there. And then my title here, I absolutely love this little title. This is also a title by Pretty Little Studio, and I'm grabbing some trim from one of my Color Rush Studio kits, and I'm just going to add that at the bottom of my title. I really wanted a little bit extra trim, and I loved this pom-pom trim. I wanted to add that in somewhere, and I thought about tucking it into my little paper strips vertically, but in the end, I really loved this at the bottom of that title, so I just added it there, and then I'm going to end up grabbing some of my jumbo tape roll and pop that title up to match that dimension of the trim. I've got this cute little phrase here. It's just clear. It's just a clear sticker with a little phrase here about happiness, so I thought that would go perfect with my title. And I'm just going to layer a few more little things down here and some more little word phrases. You guys know I love to layer all of my word phrases and wordy bits, so I'm going to do that same thing here. And then add a couple little stickers and just bits and pieces like flowers. And I'm going to grab some more thread from my thread bin here, and I'll add that in with some Flair as well. I'm just kind of grabbing a bunch of random things on this one. So I've got some Flair there by Scrappin Happy Studio. This is a nice little farm set I'm going to throw on here because she was overlooking our cows in our cow pasture. So it's a good one to use for this. And I bought it with all of our farm things in mind, so I'm finally getting to dive into that one. And then here's that jumbo 3D foam tape. I get those from Thermoweb, so I have a lot of that on stock, and then I just use it to pop up big titles like this. It's perfect for. And I glued my photo down just using some more of that Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. You can see how that mixed media is really shining through this layout, and I'm just basically using my embellishments to enhance the mixed media but not overwhelm it. So I'm going to keep the embellishing kind of to a minimum, but I want to enhance all the features and mixed media and all those lovely bits that I already have. So I am just grabbing some thread at this point in my canvas Flair. I'm using some of this to tuck in here by this flower. I'm going to go ahead and use a glue dot on this flower because that thread sticks well to that, and then I'm just popping a little bit of Nuvo glue behind there. Normally when I use thread and embellishments like that, I like to put a couple glue dots, one on the embellishment and then the thread, and then another glue dot to adhere down to the page. But since I was just tucking it in, I did a little bit differently than I usually do. And then here is a cute little stamp set. This one's by Simple Stories, and it has these cute little hearts in it. And I thought it would just look cute if I just stamped them over here in this jade color. And I'm just going to use that over there just to kind of point to my photo and just say how much I love her. And she's so adorable. Is she not the cutest, you guys? And then these little sunglasses, I just loved this. This is actually from a summer kit from Pretty Little Studio that I just got. I think it's called Summer Fun. And I just had it laying here on my desk. I actually haven't gotten to put it away yet. And I saw those shades sitting there, and I thought those would look so cute on this page, so I pulled them out early on in this layout and knew that I wanted to use them somewhere. So they ended up at the bottom there, and then I'm just using some of those flowers from that same collection, just again to enhance the layout. Nothing to overwhelm it. It's not overkill. I still have some white space in here, which sometimes is hard for me to do, but I did manage to keep some white space in this one. Baby girl is here. As you can hear her, she's beside me as usual. And just finishing this one up, I'm going to add this little sticker here and a couple more little bits and pieces. I'm going to grab some enamel dots from my stash too. It's been a long time since I've added enamel dots on my scrapbook pages, and I have a ton of them. So I thought, you know what better time is the present, right? So I'm going to grab those as well. And this Flair, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to use it, and I thought it would look really great on here, but I just wanted to layer it up a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this little flower sticker and just kind of break that up between those two colors and put this Flair right there because it's another little farmy Flair. It's got black and white cows. Our cows are not black and white. They're Angus cows. We've got red Angus and black Angus. And then we have some like random Herefords as well, which are black, or not black, they're white and brown. But yeah, those were kind of just, we just happened upon those and we got like a bunch of them. So sometimes that happens in farm life. You just like kind of stumble upon random animals and they just get kind of added into your herd. So I guess that's a thing. So yeah, farm life, it's fun. But here is the finished layout. I hope that I've inspired you guys to create something today and bust out some mixed media supplies. And as usual, I will link everything down below in the description for you. And if you place an order with Shimmerz Paints, be sure to use my name in the notes section of your order for a free gift. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being here as always. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you like this video. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.